Coming up next on Global Perspectives, I will have a heart-to-heart conversation with Adriana Lee from the city of Annapolis. Stay tuned. Welcome to Global Perspectives. I am your host, Gaston, and today we will have a candid conversation about culture and education with our friend, Adriana Lee. Thank you for being here today. I am thrilled to have you with us.
Thank you for the invitation, Gaston. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. So tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Guadalajara, from the land of the tequila and the mariachi in Mexico.
Awesome. And how many languages do you speak?
I speak English and Spanish.
Well, tell me a little bit about your education as a child. You grew up in Guadalajara, correct?
Yes, I grew up in Guadalajara. I went to a Catholic school. It was just for girls. I went there for the elementary, middle, and high school.
So pretty much all of your education was in private schools?
It was in Guadalajara, yes. And then I went to college. It was also a Catholic school. It was a Jesuit university. It was with boys and girls, finally. And I studied for an engineer, computer system engineer. That is my degree.
All right. So I assume because it was a private school, your attendance was mandatory. You had to go to school.
Yes, of course. Yes. If we were not there, they will call our family, our house, to see what was happening. Yes.
Yeah. Was your mom involved in your education? Were your parents?
My mom and my dad. Even that we were 7 kids, it was.
Seven.
Yes, it was not easy for my parents. But they were very involved in the school. And they were always checking that we were doing the homework. They had a very good communication with the teachers just to know that we were doing right.
Which is atypical because most parents in our culture, they don't participate in day-to-day education of the child's education.
Yes, and also the schools there, they are asking for the parents to be involved. They had some meetings to talk about teenagers, about how to help with homework, how to help the kids to have more friends, several things. So yes, it's good that part.
Yeah, so there was an expectation from your parents to participate then?
Yes. My parents, they always want us to be fine with the school, to participate, to be in the groups that we had. We had a group, I remember that it was very nice. It was a mountain group. We used to go every month to climb a mountain, not very big.
Like a small hill.
Yes, a small hill, but for us it was a big mountain.
As a child,
yes,
it was big.
Yes. So it was very nice because you can go with friends, and it was some teachers and some nuns, they went with us, and we started learning how to climb, rock climbing.
Oh, wow.
It was very nice.
That sounds fun.
A very good experience. You can start that in middle and high school, so it was a very good experience.
Yeah, that's great. So I remember visiting Guadalajara back in the year when I was a child, and the weather was very, very nice and cool, and air conditioning was non-existent.
No.
So how's that going with climate change?
It has changed a little because before, I remember we had a lot of trees. You can walk on the street and it was always shady because of the trees. Right now, on the new neighborhoods, they don't have that much trees.
So new developments, they don't have that many green
No, but
areas.
Still, during the night, it's cool. So even if it's hot during the day, during the night, it's nice.
Good. I love Guadalajara. Beautiful city to go visit. So you get a chance, go ahead and visit Guadalajara and Mexico City as well, which is close by 2 hours.
No, it's like with the new roads, it's like three and a half
hours. Totally worth it to go visit Mexico City and Guadalajara and the surrounding areas. Beautiful places to go. So tell me, would you like to share why the United States? What made you move to the United States?
It's a funny story. In 1998, 2 years before the 2000, you know that we were always worried about this problem that we will have for the 2000 year with the computers.
The Y2K.
Yes, the Y2K project. Yeah. Everybody was worried about that the computers will explode and all the world will end because of that. So I was in Mexico and we saw an advertising asking for engineers to come here to help for the Y2K project. So we decided, because I was at that moment married, we decided to apply, and we were hired. And we went first to Portland, Oregon for that project.
Wow, all the way to Portland.
To Portland, Oregon, yes, very
cold.
wet, a lot of rain. It was not that cold, but it was a lot of rain. And after that, we moved for another project, and we were consultants, so we were from project to different cities. It was Portland, Oregon, and then St. Louis, Missouri, Houston, Texas, South Carolina, and Baltimore. Here.
Wow, so you've been in many states in the United States.
Yes.
That's great. So why Anne Arundel County?
Okay, we were looking for a place to live, and because the office was closed, we decided first to go to Pasadena, Maryland.
Okay.
Yes, right now I'm living in Severna Park, and working in Annapolis is amazing. I switched from engineers. I was a project coordinator and programming a lot of times, and I received an offer to work at the Center of Help, working with immigrants and working with the Hispanic community. And I always wanted to work with people, and I love it.
Yeah.
So being at the Center of Health, and I received the invitation for this position. I'm very.
And I will address your current position in a few minutes, but I would like for you to share with us your initial reaction when you moved to the United States. From Guadalajara, Mexico, big city, currently 6+ million people living in Guadalajara, which is the second or the third largest city. Second largest city in Mexico. But your first reaction coming to the United States? Unless you came to visit as a child, but your first time here.
Yes, for me it was very different, especially because in Mexico you talk to everybody. If you go to the store to buy tortillas, we talk with everybody, with your neighbors, with the people that is walking through the street. I mean, you are always talking with people. And here, for me, that was very different.
So that was a cultural shock for you?
Yes.
Going through that.
And also, I remember the first time that I was walking through the store and I touched somebody. And for me, that was normal. I didn't care about that. And this person said, "Hey, I'm sorry." And it was, that's true. I mean, I'm sorry. I was not used to say something if we
apologize for bumping into somebody else.
We touch somebody, yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, that was different.
So overall, what do you think are some of the biggest cultural differences between Mexico and the United States, from your point of view or perspective?
You know what? Because I took my kids for 1 year to Mexico so they can know more about the culture and to know more about the schools, the language, and the parents and our family. And they were the ones that told me the difference that they found between the schools and between the things that we do that are different. And I didn't realize that until they told me. One of the things that they told me is that when we were kids, or in Mexico, if you hear the bell for the recess, you will run immediately because you have to run directly to go to buy the lunch.
And only 30 minutes a break or less.
No, actually in Mexico you have more recess.
Okay.
I think you have more than one, but also you are eating and playing at the same time. So you are playing soccer and you have your sandwich here. And also you're always giving food to everybody and they are giving it to you, so we don't care about allergies. I'm not sure right now if we are doing something different. But that is something that I like, that you are always sharing food and you are always playing and running and moving a lot. That is something different. But also what I really love about the U.S. and especially from the schools is that here they can identify your talent, or if they see that you are good at this, or math, or writing.
Specific
yes, they will
areas.
push you. They will help you to do more. I like that.
Right.
And also here they can identify if you have any kind of problem with learning, and they will help you immediately. So I think those are things that I really like
Mexico
about the
United States.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. It is true. Now, do you have children?
I have 2 kids, not kittens anymore.
What grades are they?
Yes, my daughter is in 12th grade, in high school, and my son is in 9th grade.
In our schools?
Yes,
They go to Anne Arundel County Public Schools.
Yes, correct.
Wonderful. And so I assume that you participate, like you saw, your parents participate in your education. I assume that you do participate in your children's education as well.
Yes. I try to help them as
involved.
much as possible and to be in contact with the school as much as possible. I know that it is very important for them and also for me to be a team, really.
Yeah, that's good. Now, let's go back a little bit to your time in Guadalajara. Again, I love the city. Growing up, what places do you really enjoy, and what sports do you play?
I enjoy to be outside with
Outdoor.
my friends. I remember that you will finish your homework and then immediately go outside to play with your friends and with your pet. I used to roll skate very often with my dog, and also to play hide and seek. Mexican hide and seek. That is very, very. It's a lot of fun. It's different than the hide and seek that we have here.
Yeah.
And we were outside always, climbing trees, running, riding our bikes, skating, everything that is outside.
Yeah.
We really
Not
love
much
to be that.
TV or video games or anything that it was.
No, actually, our mom, with 7 kids, our mom will say, go outside. You can come back when it's dark.
She wanted to have a break, I guess.
Yes.
That's good.
You can
so
come back when
you
it's
spend a lot
dark.
of time playing outdoors and also hanging out with your neighbors and
Yes.
classmates that live in the neighborhood.
Correct.
Yeah. What was your favorite sport?
Roller skating.
Okay.
And
You enjoy that?
biking, yes. When I was a teenager, I started doing rock climbing. It was amazing for me to be outdoors and the feeling that you finish and you are on the rock and the feeling of the air when you are tired. I really like that.
Do you do that here often?
Not that much.
Not that
after the 2 kids, I don't have a lot of time. Of course, I'm not that strong
And we don't have a lot of
anymore.
hills here. You have to go north.
Yes,
to,
actually,
to
yes.
visit some of the
yes,
mountains. So we have beautiful mountains.
Yes, actually, in the center that we have, the city has that the People Moyer Center. They have a place that we can do. So I'm gonna try to come back to that. I really miss that, and to teach my kids to do it.
So do you see your children going all the way to college and beyond?
Yes.
Higher education?
Yes. They are very good students and like that. But what I like is that they have both cultures in them. They like to speak Spanish and they like to speak English. And
Are
they
they
are
fluent?
always
Are they fluent in Spanish as
in
well?
both
Good.
languages. Yes, we speak just Spanish at home, but they are always asking about the cultures, about the history of Mexico, and also they are teaching me about the history of the U.S. and some other things that we have here. So I like that. I
great.
told them that we are citizens of the world. Yes.
It is true. And you know how beautiful it is to grow in a household where you speak more than one language, but also you are sharing 2 cultures, you know, from Mexico and then the United States culture. So it's really awesome to hear that from you as a parent, but also as a colleague in the community. And speaking of community now, tell me what you do. What is it that you do for the city of Annapolis?
I have a job that I really enjoy. I'm the Hispanic liaison. I work at the office of the mayor for the city of Annapolis. I am the contact with the Hispanic community, and I try to know all the needs that we have in the community and try to give the services for them. We have several services that we are trying to improve so we can help better the Hispanic community. Like, this is an example, no? We were working with the economic development, and we saw that there was a need for the Hispanic to know how to open a business. Because sometimes you don't have, to do something in our countries is totally different to do it
The
here.
process
The permits is the process is different. The permits, the licensing, and the inspection, several other things. The construction is different. So we created a video that is in Spanish, and showing the 7 or 8 steps to open a business.
Oh, wow.
In
So
the
you
city
have
of
that
Annapolis,
available
in
for-
Spanish. Yes, that is some of the things. Yes, we are translating some forms, Spanish. we are hiring some people bilingual in different offices as well, and trying to help as much as possible.
That's great. Your position was recently created, correct? It did not exist in the past.
It existed before with the last mayor, but for a long time nobody was there.
Okay.
So yes, I started on April as
Of last year.
part-time
Okay.
in 2017,
Yeah.
no, 18, sorry. And in July now we are full-time.
Okay, good. So the push from the city to support the Hispanic community is greater than ever.
Yes, the mayor, you know that he's an immigrant. He's from Australia, and he is helping a lot. He has this initiative that is One Annapolis, where he's including everybody, all the communities, the
It's
African
called
American.
One Annapolis.
One Annapolis, yes. He's helping us to include all the communities in everything that we have in Annapolis. Is to give them, to provide the services,
Right.
and also to help them with all the problems or the needs that they have. So yes, he's always helping us, and he's supporting on what we are doing.
Yeah. Tell me more about your role. I know you are the liaison, but also I see you in many of our school events or back to school nights or community outreach events that we have created, but also that we do on a, I would say, weekly or monthly basis in some of our pockets in the county. So tell me, what is it that you do when you go to our events, not just as a guest, but also as a participant?
I think we have an excellent team in the city of Annapolis, especially with the schools. And we have been working with the bilingual facilitators. Oh my God, they are amazing. We have several schools where we have a lot of kids that they just speak Spanish, or their parents speak just Spanish. So they are doing several events for them to help the parents or for the kids to know more about other cultures. And I love to be there. I'm trying to know more about the needs, and also how the community is growing, how they are improving, or what they are learning, or what their needs. We had the other day the Mexican consulate donated some books in Spanish, and some teachers from different schools, they were asking for books in Spanish so they can continue, the kids can continue being bilingual. So we gave those kids those books to those schools. So it is
Which
very
schools
nice.
were they?
It was Tyler Heights.
Tyler Heights Elementary. Okay.
It was Germantown. Sorry,
Elementary.
Germantown.
Yep, Germantown Elementary.
Yeah, Germantown Elementary. There
Mills
was
Parole Elementary.
Mills Parole, yes.
Yeah,
correct.
schools.
Three schools.
Three schools. And you gave
Yes.
them about 2,000 books?
We wanted that much. No, it was really like a.
There were lots of books in
Yes,
in each
it was
box.
like,
you
yeah,
did.
so a big box for each school.
And they're all
And
Spanish.
we're planning to have more, so hopefully
Oh, good.
we will receive more.
We would love to
Yeah.
have more books. We always in need of more bilingual books or Spanish books for our students, and also for the parents to be able to take the book home and read it to the child or the student, and then bring it back. You know,
And
whenever
to know
they
more
return.
about the cultures, also the traditions, and the different things that you can find in different countries.
Yeah. And something that I learned here, Adriana, when I moved to Maryland back in 2011, that is so diverse. It's a very diverse community, and it's not just about being Hispanic, but it's about being
No.
from El Salvador, from Honduras, from Venezuela, from Mexico.
Yes.
So it's just like, oh my gosh, I've never been so much involved in many, many groups in the community. And so you notice that too, right? That you notice that here is so diverse, but also
Yes,
very,
yes.
the community is so involved
Yes.
with supporting each other.
Yes, it's like a big family. I used to have, I have my family in Mexico, but here I have a
Extended family.
family that is huge. I have
Yeah.
friends from Brazil, from Puerto Rico, from Venezuela, from Colombia. Yes, and it is so nice to know all the things that they are teaching us. They are teaching us, the food that is amazing. Every country has a different kind of food, the traditions, the festivities that they have, the holidays, and it is very nice to know all of that.
It's one Annapolis.
One Annapolis.
I love
one
it. See, I mean,
Annapolis, yes.
all cultures and, you know, and groups, they just come together to make or create one
And
Annapolis.
we all love Annapolis. I mean,
It's a beautiful
city
city.
is
It's a beautiful
beautiful.
city,
We
yeah.
are all in love, and we are all working together to make Annapolis a place where we can feel like in home.
Yeah. So
in
tell me
home.
your relationship with the county, with Anne Arundel County. I know we have Maria Casasco as the liaison, but I think she's the director of engagement
Immigration, yes,
and for immigrants, not just for Hispanic, but for all immigrants in the county. So
Yes.
you work hand in hand with her.
Yes, yes, yes. And Maria is amazing. Actually, I'm learning from her. Yes, she's working very hard with all the community, and we are with her in several other things. Like we have with the Anne Arundel County, we have workshops for Hispanic businesses. We have roundtables as well, and they had every year this health fair that they are inviting us, and it's amazing. So everything, every service,
Right.
every event, or every workshop, everything that they are doing, they share that with us, and we
Right.
try to share that with our
In the
city,
roundtables,
and vice versa.
right, in the roundtables that you mentioned earlier, Adriana, I believe it's not just for Hispanic groups, but also for Asians and South Asians and Middle Easterns.
Yes, we
and
have
some
one
other-
for the African
Yeah, that's
American as
great.
well, and we have
So
different.
everybody feels welcome and be part of the community, you know, in a sense that it's not just for a specific town in the county, but also part of the entire
Yes.
county.
And we try to find somebody from that country so they can say, okay, these are the difference between these countries
Right.
and the U.S. So we do this different. This is what we are going to require for opening this business, and so it's very easy for us
Yeah.
to identify the differences.
Yeah. We got so many languages, you know, in our county. Just with the bilingual facilitators working that you mentioned earlier, it's such a nice group to work with. We have 22 bilingual facilitators. Some of them are full-time, some others part-time. But just with the team of bilingual facilitators, we cover 10 languages.
My God.
And then we have interpreters, almost 165 interpreters, and we cover
God.
over 20 languages. But in the county, there's so many, it's almost I believe 200 languages spoken in the county.
Oh my God, that's
You know, it could be
amazing.
regional dialects from some countries, and but it's just so diverse and so rich in culture and education and background. So it's just, I love it.
That
I
is
love
that
it.
is so nice. That
It
is so
is.
nice.
But in our schools, we're trying to support, like you, doing for the city of Annapolis, to support the community, but also to embrace that relationship with, you know, with our residents.
No, and I can see the work that you are doing is amazing, and to see we have received different calls from the community, and the parents they feel very happy that they can have communication with the school.
Have you noticed in the past few months since you started with this position, the engagement from the Hispanic community? Have you noticed that it has increased over the past
Yes,
few months?
yes, I can see. I can tell you, when I started, nobody was calling me, and now I'm receiving a lot of calls from different people in the community asking for different things. They want English classes, or they want to know about the schools, or they want to improve what they are doing, or they want to learn a different activity or certifications. But it's very nice because it looks that they know that we are here to help,
Right, right.
that we are here to provide, we are here to be a team with them. So
Good.
yes, I can see the difference.
That's wonderful. And you know, one activity that you have done, I think it was recently. Can you briefly tell me about it? That it was such a nice event in, you know, in downtown Annapolis.
The Day of the Dead, yes,
Day
we
of
did
the
it
Dead.
in the design district. It was. I'm very happy of what happened
took
there.
place.
Yes, it is a tradition that we have in Mexico. It's the Day of the Dead when we celebrate our loved ones that they are not here anymore. We used to paint our faces, and we had
Music
Mexican
and
food. We had
food.
mariachi. We have salsa classes. We have different things. But what I liked the most is that we had Hispanic people there, but also people from other countries. They went there and they were participating, they were dancing.
That's wonderful.
And they were singing, and then their faces were painted as well.
Yeah.
So it was really a nice event, and you can see that all of them were enjoying this tradition.
And this is going to happen again this year?
Yes, we are going to do
That'll
it every
be
year
November.
in November, around November the 2nd, yes.
Good. And before we go, your phone number, so people can reach out to you if they need any help or if they have any questions for you.
Yes, I'm going to give you my email address.
Yep.
It's alee@annapolis.gov.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We'll have to do a part 2 interview. You have so much information to give to our, to our show, but also to our guests. So before we go, I would like to share the following quote from Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, compassion, some humor, and some style. Until next time.
The Cafe at Maryland Hall is a collaborative venture between Anne Arundel County Public Schools and Maryland Hall for the Creative Arts. The culinary arts students of the Center of Applied Technology South not only prepare the wonderful food items, they also manage and staff the cafe. Patrons may enjoy a treat or a cup of coffee while also enjoying exhibits and performances from artists in the AACPS PVA program and local art community. This amazing collaborative partnership gives the community an opportunity to experience awesome food and customer service in a rich, artful atmosphere here in the community's Arts Center, our vibrant and exciting Maryland Hall.